Hey, Famous Five lovers! Last week I introduced you to the Famous Five book series and Enid Blyton, the author, and I told you why I would like to read these books with you. So today, with no further ado, we start the first one called
Five on a Treasure Island.
And we start with the first chapter. It's called The Great Surprise, and I can't wait to figure out what this great surprise is. So let's get started. Mother, have you heard about our summer holidays yet? Said Julian at the breakfast table. Can we go to Polseath as usual? Polseath? I don't know. Let's Google this and see what Polseath is. Let me share my Google screen with you, and then we can get Googling. Okay, so it seems like a beach town in England. Look, here's a little map. Let's check it out. I don't know England. And if you live in England, that's where it is, more or less. At Padstow Bay, it seems. I'm afraid not, said his mother. They are quite full up this year. The three children at the breakfast table looked at one another in great disappointment. That calls for an image. Let's see if AI can generate an image for us based on these words. Three children at the breakfast table looking disappointed. Okay, now that's going to take some time. Cut here and I'll show you what the outcome was.
The three children at the breakfast table looked at one another in great disappointment.
There you have it. Three children at the breakfast table looking disappointed. They did so love the house at Polseath. The beach was so lovely there too, and the bathing was fine. Interesting, bathing in South Africa, we also pronounce it as bathing. But in this case, I think bathing makes more sense because bathing sounds like you wash yourself in a bath. And bathing sounds more like you are going to the beach and swimming in the sea. Cheer up, said Daddy. I dare say we'll find somewhere else just as good for you. And anyway, Mother, I would like to be able to go with you this year. Has Mother told you? No, said Anne. Oh, Mother, is it true? I don't think we really talk like that anymore, but I can just hear them back in the day. Oh, Mother, is it true? Can't you really come with us on our holidays? You always do. Well, this time Daddy wants me to go to Scotland with him, said Mother, all by ourselves. And as you are really getting big enough to look after yourselves now, we thought it would rather be fun for you to have a holiday on your own too. But now that you can't go to Polseath, I don't really quite know where to send you. What about Quinton's? Suddenly said Daddy. Quinton was his brother, the children's uncle. They had only seen him once and had been rather frightened of him. He was a very tall, frowning man, a clever scientist who spent all his time studying. Now that looks like another picture to me. Let's see what AI does with a very tall, frowning male scientist.
Quentin was a very tall, frowning man, a clever scientist who spent all his time studying.
He lived by the sea, but that was about all that the children knew of him. Quinton, said Mother, pursing her lips. I wonder what pursing lips looks like. Let's Google that. Pursing lips. Pursing lips. Is it like Or is it like I don't know. Let's see. Images of pursing lips. These are the images that came up for pursing lips. See? Is it that? Or is it good? Could be any of these. And now you know. That's what pursing lips look like. Whatever made you think of him? I shouldn't think he'd want the children messing about in his little house. Well, said Daddy, I went to see Quinton's wife in town the other day about a business matter, and I don't think things are going too well for them. Fanny said that she would be quite glad if she could hear of one or two people to live with her for a while to bring a little money in. Their house is by the sea, you know. It might be just the thing for the children. Fanny is very nice. She would look after them well. Fanny is not a name you hear often in South Africa. Yes, and she has a child of her own too, hasn't she? Said the children's mother. Let me see, what's her name? Something funny. Yes, Georgina. How old would she be? About 11, I should think. In my opinion, Fanny is a funnier name than Georgina. Which name do you find funnier, Fanny or Georgina? Put it in the comments. Same age as me, said Dick. Fancy having a cousin we've never seen. She must be jolly lonely all by herself. I've got Julian and Anne to play with, but Georgina is just one on her own. I should think she'd be glad to see us. Well, your Aunt Fanny said that her Georgina would love a bit of company, said Daddy. You know, I really think that would solve our difficulty if we telephone to Fanny. We say we call Fanny, message, you text. It's different. And arrange for the children to go there. I would help Fanny, I'm sure. And Georgina would love to have someone to play with in the holidays. And we should know that our three were safe. The children began to feel rather excited. It would be fun to go to a place they had never been to before and stay with an unknown cousin. Are there cliffs and rocks and sands there? Asked Anne. Is it a nice place? I don't remember it very well, said Daddy, but I feel sure it's an exciting kind of place. Anyway, you'll love it. It's called Kirin Bay. Your Aunt Fanny has lived there all her life and wouldn't leave it for anything. Hey, let's check out Kirin Bay. Let's see what that looks like. Kirin Bay. I'm assuming that's also in England somewhere. Typing. Kirin Bay. Google is searching. Ooh, it's beautiful. Let me show you. I would much rather go to Kirin Bay than Portsmouth. Check this out. Wow. Look, there's a castle and everything. This place is absolutely stunning. What do you think? Which one would you prefer going to for a holiday? Oh, Daddy, do telephone to... Oh, this must be read like this. Oh, Daddy, do telephone to Aunt Fanny and ask her if we can go there, cried Dick. I just feel as if it's the right place somehow. It sounds sort of adventurous. Oh, you always say that wherever you go, said Daddy with a laugh. All right, I'll ring up now and see if there's any chance. They had all finished their breakfast and they got up to wait for Daddy to telephone. He went out into the hall and they heard him dialing. You must remember, these were those old telephones with the ring dial. I'll see if I can add a picture for you here. So this must have taken a while because you've got to wait for the whole number to go around the ring and then put in the next number. So obviously that's why it took a while. I hope it's all right for us, said Julian. I wonder what Georgina's like. Funny name, isn't it? More like a boy's than a girl's. So she's 11. A year younger than I am. Same as you, Dick. And a year older than you, Anne. She ought to fit in with us all right. The four of us ought to have a fine time together. Daddy came back in about 10 minutes' time, and the children knew at once that he had fixed up everything. He smiled round at them. Well, that's settled, he said. Your Aunt Fanny is delighted about it. She says it will be awfully good for Georgina to have company because she's such a because she's such a lonely little girl, always going off by herself, and she will love looking after you all. Only you'll have to be careful not to disturb your Uncle Quentin. He is working very hard, and he isn't very good-tempered when he is disturbed. We'll be as quiet as mice in the house, said Dick. Honestly, we will. Oh, goody, goody. When are we going, Daddy? Next week if Mother can manage it, said Daddy. Mother nodded her head. Yes, she said. There's nothing much to get ready for them. Just bathing suits and jerseys and jeans. They all wear the same. How lovely it will be to wear jeans again, said Anne, dancing around. I'm tired of wearing school tunics. I want to wear shorts or a bathing suit and go bathing and climbing with the boys. Well, you'll soon be doing it, said Mother with a laugh. Remember to put ready any toys or books you want, won't you? Not many, please, because there won't be a great deal of room. Anne wanted to take all of her 15 dolls with her last year, said Dick. Do you remember, Anne? Weren't you funny? No, I wasn't, said Anne, going red. I love my dolls, and I just couldn't choose which to take, so I thought I'd take them all. There's nothing funny about that. And do you remember the year before? Anne wanted to take the rocking horse, said Dick with a giggle. Mother chimed in, you know. I remember a little boy called Dick who put aside 1 teddy bear, 3 toy dogs, 2 toy cats, and his old monkey to take down to Polsiath one year, she said. Then it was Dick's turn to go red. He changed the subject at once. So today, I don't think we pack toys anymore when we go on holiday. Maybe a book, a tablet, a phone. Daddy, are we going by train or by car? He asked. By car, said Daddy. We can pile everything into the boot. Well, what about Tuesday? That would suit me well, said Mother. Then we could take the children down, come back and do our own packing at leisure and start off for Scotland on the Friday. Yes, we'll arrange for Tuesday. So Tuesday it was. The children counted the days eagerly and Anne marked one off the calendar each night. The week seemed a very long time in going, but at last Tuesday did come. Dick and Julian, who shared a room, woke up at about the same time and stared out the nearby window. It's a lovely day, hurrah! Cried Julian, leaping out of bed. I don't know why, but it always seems very important that it should be sunny on the first day of a holiday. Let's wake Anne. Do you agree? Sunny holidays are the best? Anne slept in the next room. Julian ran in and shook her. Wake up, it's Tuesday and the sun's shining. Anne woke up with a jump and stared at Julian joyfully. It's come at last, she said. I thought it never would. Oh, isn't it exciting feeling to go away for a holiday? They started soon after breakfast. Their car was a big one, so it held them all very comfortably. I tried to get a car from the 1800s, 1900s, and I will put an image in here for you so you can see what it looked like. Mother sat in front with Daddy, and the three children sat behind, their feet on two suitcases. In the luggage place at the back of the car were all kinds of odds and ends, and one small trunk. Mother really thought they'd remembered everything. Along the crowded London roads they went, slowly at first and then as they left the town behind more quickly. Soon they were riding to the open country and the car sped along fast. The children sang songs to themselves, as they always did when they were happy. Are we picnicking soon? Asked Anne, feeling hungry all of a sudden. Yes, said Mother, but not yet. It's only 11 o'clock. We shan't have lunch till at least 12:30, Anne. Oh, gracious, said Anne. I know I can't last out till then. So her mother handed her some chocolate, and she and the boys munched happily, watching the hills, woods, and fields as the car sped by. The picnic was lovely. They had it on the top of a hill in a sloping field that looked down into a sunny valley. Let me see if I can get an AI to generate an image for us of a sloping hill with a view of a valley. Anne didn't very much like a big brown cow which came up close and stared at her, but it went away when Daddy told it to. The children ate enormously, and Mother said that instead of having a tea picnic at 4:30, they would have to go to a tea house somewhere, because they'd eaten all the tea sandwiches as well as the lunch ones. What time shall we be at Aunt Fanny's? Asked Julian, finishing up the very last sandwich and wishing there were more. About 6 o'clock with luck, said Daddy. Now, who wants to stretch their legs a bit? We've another long spell in the car, you know. The car seemed to eat up the miles as it purred along. Tea time came, and then the three children began to feel excited all over again. We must watch out for the sea, said Dick. I can smell it somewhere near. Oh, that's a nice smell. When you go away on holiday and you're not fortunate to live by the sea, you're getting closer and you get that salty air. Oh, that's lovely. Who likes it? Who enjoys that smell too? It was right. He was right. The car suddenly topped a hill, and there was the shining blue sea, calm and smooth in the evening sun. The three children gave a yell. Let's see if we can generate an AI image of a blue, calm sea, smooth in the evening sun.
And there was the shining blue sea, calm and smooth in the evening sun.
There it is. Isn't it marvelous? Oh, I want to bathe this very minute. We shan't be more than 20 minutes now. Before we're at Kieran Bay, said Daddy. We've made good time. You'll see the bay soon. It's quite a big one, with a funny sort of island at the entrance of the bay. I want to see the funny-looking island at the entrance of the bay. Let's see if we can find this somewhere on Google. And there you have it. This must be that little island there that they're talking about. Can you see it? There. This looks like a very nice place to go, I must say. The children looked out for it as they drove along the coast. Then Julian gave a shout. There it is! That must be Kieran Bay. Look, Dick, isn't it lovely and blue? And look at the rocky little island guarding the entrance of the bay, said Dick. I'd like to visit that. Well, I've no doubt you will, said Mother. Now let's look out for Aunt Fanny's house. It's called Kieran Cottage. They soon came to it. It stood on the low cliff overlooking the bay and was a very old house indeed. It wasn't really a cottage, but quite a big house, built of old white stone. Roses climbed over the front of it, and the garden was full of flowers. Let's see what AI does with this. Here's Kieran Cottage, said Daddy, and he stopped the car in front of it. It's supposed to be about 300 years old. Now, where's Quentin? Hello, there's Fanny. That's the end of chapter 1, people. The next chapter is The Strange Cousin. That must be Georgina. But let's just see who we met in this first chapter. We have Daddy and Mummy, whose names weren't given, right? They only speak about Daddy and Mummy, right? Then we have a boy, Julian, which is age 12. And we have a boy, Dick, and he's age 11. And we have a girl, Anne, who's age 10. And then we have Uncle Quentin, his wife, Fanny, and their daughter, Georgina, aged 11. And apparently she's the strange one. And we'll find out more about that next week.
The famous five.
The Strange Cousin.